Are y'all ready to head off the trails? I'm the Cryptid Huntress, Jessica Jones, and I'm ready to take you on a mysterious journey right now. We welcome you to Off the Trails right here on the Spaced Out Radio's YouTube channel. If you guys haven't hit subscribe yet, please do. We would love to have y'all. Shout out to Bumblefoot for that awesome intro music. I always appreciate that too. You guys, please follow us on social media. On Twitter at Spaced Out Radio, on Instagram at Spaced Out Radio Show, and on TikTok at Spaced Out Radio. You guys can follow me at thecryptidhuntress.com. That's where you can always find me and all of my shows. I have a fantastic YouTube channel that's called The Cryptid Huntress. And I have live shows there throughout the week, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. I do my remote viewing show. But we're pretty much always talking about cryptids over there. And also, of course, I'm here at Spaced Out Radio on Saturday and Sunday nights. And you can find all my shows on my website. So y'all go over there, check those out. If you'd like to follow along with my remote viewing data and support what I'm doing, you can join my Patreon. That's the Cryptid Huntress on Patreon. Shout out to all my Patreon members. I love you guys. It means a lot to me that you guys support me like that. And also, for all of your Christmas shopping needs, y'all go over to the War Woman Goods. I'm actually wearing one of my necklaces tonight from my shop. I sell a Native American jewelry and old vintage stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, go check out the goods on Etsy. Also, if you'd like to support Spaced Out Radio, become a member of our Space Travelers Club. That is over on Patreon. We would love to have you guys over there as well. We got some perks for y'all. Okay, so go over there and check that out. Thank you for your support. Okay, y'all. I have a fantastic guest here tonight. I have a good friend of mine. In the studio tonight, I have James Rink of Super Soldier Talk on YouTube here. James has an amazing background with quite a story and quite the encounters, and he's like one of the most interesting people I know. So y'all buckle up tonight. We've got a great show for you guys. And don't forget that right after this show, After Hours has a fantastic lineup, a great program. So y'all go over there right after our show tonight. Okay, so let's get to our guest tonight. James Rink is a super soldier, meditation practitioner, researcher, author, and video producer. Through his Super Soldier Talk YouTube series, he has helped awaken humanity to the secret activities of the covert government, uncovering topics such as brainwashing, trauma, milabs, which stands for military abductions, and covert harassment, all of which he has had to endure his entire life as a product of Project Surrogate, an MK Ultra Milab Super Soldier experimentation. His book Lone Wolf chronicles these projects. He spends his time perfecting the Neo meditation device, which is a chi energizer that helps users relax during meditation so that they integrate themselves. And you guys, here's a little known fact about James Rink. He and I have gone Bigfooting together all across the country this past year. Matter of fact, we have traveled the country pretty much together this past year. And I love James to death. Please help me welcome to Spaced Out Radio tonight, James Rink.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me on here, Jessica. I appreciate that long intro.
Oh, man.
It is deserving. I have put the work into it, so it wasn't easy to be in this situation. But anyway, so let's see here. Where should we even begin?
Oh, man. Well, we got a lot to discuss tonight, James. Oh, my gosh. First of all, thank you so much for being here tonight.
All right.
This is our first time hanging out on Spaced Out Radio together, so I'm super excited about that. Yeah. Okay. And also, okay, so you and I want to get this out of the way. We have gone Bigfooting together, okay? And you know, my show is pretty much about cryptids for the most part. And and I got to hang out with you for the first time up in Illinois. Okay, we got some people in the chat that live in Illinois. Shout out to Midwest Night Watchers and Chiro Sounds. And so we were up there at Grafton at the Journey to Truth conference this past May. And I met you up on the hill where we were doing some Bigfoot. I don't want to say research. We were just up there hanging out, calling in Bigfoots. And that was the first time that I got to really hang out with you was that week.
Exactly. Yeah. So we did that was May 24th. We did a video. I had an audio recording. So essentially a small group of us walked up this hill. It was probably, I mean, it was already 12 o'clock at night. And I said, hey, does anybody want to go up there and see if we can communicate with Bigfoot? And they're like, so we did this exercise, and we imagine an orb of our own consciousness, and we project it out into the woods, and I had people visualize like what direction you think it went, and then without people telling each other, they all kind of point the same way, and I so like, you know, more advanced technique is determine how far away it is, and somebody said 5 feet. So they were like right there while we're doing the exercise. But so we're walking up. Yeah, we spend some time at the top of the hill, and we're have these really bad Bigfoot jokes. And
Those were great Bigfoot jokes. They were foot jokes.
yeah.
I like that. It kept it light. When people were, I'm sure people were nervous, you know, up there thinking about Bigfoot surrounding us and stuff.
Right.
So your jokes really helped. Actually, it broke the ice. Yeah,
Okay.
I loved it.
So I say this is probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, I guess, at this point. The group wants to go back to the hotel room to go to sleep. And as we're walking down the hill, let's see here, I think there was, I guess people were hearing noises in the woods. It was like sounded like these digital sounds and these beeps. Remember the digital sounds?
I do. Yeah. Yeah, we hear that pretty often when we're out there doing Bigfoot research. I associate that sometimes with ET activity out there. Something kind of ET related, UFOs in the area or something. I mean, it's usually ET related. All roads lead back to ET. Okay, exactly. I'm just saying. Yeah.
So yeah, I play the audio, and you can hear it. We're actually communicating back and forth, and then I like as we're walking down, the activity like increases. Like everybody in the group hears it, and then I see something moving around in the woods. I mean, it was pitch black, and it was like a large blob, whatever was moving, and I didn't really want to stick around and investigate, so I'm pretty sure that was them. But
yeah,
anyway,
you got some good recordings of something up there, for sure. And then after we were in Grafton, I met you again in around, what was that, like August, I guess? We went up to Montauk, New York.
That's right. Yeah,
we did some more Bigfooting up there.
We went up to the Montauk Manor, and it's right near Council Rock. So they have like, I guess it was like a graveyard over there, where around the area there was some trails. So we were walking around in this, looks like a lot of briars and like scrubby oak trees. But I would say what we felt, I guess we felt like tingles, right? Like a sensation that there was maybe a portal, a vortex. And the group wanted to leave. But I didn't hear anything. I don't know about you. Jessica, did you hear anything?
Yeah. Oh no, I got overwhelmed by like some kind of amazing, like crazy energy that just enveloped me when we were up there, and I got really dizzy. I felt like there were more like spirits all around us, and I was a little worried about that Montauk Manor. I felt like we were being watched. Okay, so that was more creepy than the cryptids, I think.
Oh wow, yeah. Certainly. Well, I wanted to actually do our event at that Montauk Manor, but I think they wanted $55,000 for let's see here. The room fits 50 people, and for that weekend. So, and you have to book, like I said, you have to book 50 hotel rooms. That's what the money's for. You pay for 50 hotel rooms, you get the free conference room. So I didn't do that.
That was a lot.
That was crazy. I can't believe how. It's just out there, the end of the Hamptons, the end of the end of the end. And they actually call it the end, Montauk.
It was the end. It was the end. And speaking of the end, we were actually at Camp Hero out there, and we weren't just there to go Bigfooting. Of course, we were there because we had a lot of Montauk Project survivors with us there, and we were also there to see the bio camp portal opening for the USS Eldridge, which is a whole other portion of the trip. But you have a long history with the Montauk Project and the secret space program.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, so here we go. You had it. So that's me. Brian. We were actually sitting on Council Rock. I don't know if we were allowed to do that, but we did. I don't know. Anyway, this is actually near the spot during the daytime, over there, near the Montauk Manor where we were walking around the trails. So
Oh yeah.
you can see
Yeah.
our team
Good
over there,
times.
Bond. All right, let's move on. Yeah, they
Okay.
did. Let
Let
me
me
get,
take that down.
let me get that.
Oh, I'll take it down. Okay. Yeah.
I had to skip about here. Let's do this one.
Okay. Here you had to pull it back up. I took it down. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a great. That was a great trip, and super interesting. I was not super familiar with
this
all
one.
of the programs that went on at Montauk
Okay,
until I
so
met you.
the actual Camp Hero is located in the state park, right at the tip there. And there's the old Sage radar towers. These were all built in the 1940s to communicate with other Sage radar towers around the world. And satellites made this obsolete. But the actual Montauk chair was situated inside the tower. So you can see me there. I'm wiring up Alondra, and our team is next to me. But while we're doing this, this area is kind of fenced off because the tower is falling apart, and you could potentially die. Um, but since we were Montauk experiencers and we were on the Montauk chair, it was important for us to get close. And I shot this little bit. I need to get this video edited, but yeah, we actually, that's a funny story. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna admit to anything, but there's
Hey, do not get yourself in trouble.
I
Okay,
know,
this is
but
all alleged, y'all.
we,
Okay, I don't know. I may or may not have been there myself, but I don't know.
I'll just tell you what, I ran as fast as I could. But
You're
anyways,
ducking and dodging. I know you.
okay, so I'm gonna pay somebody to edit out that tripod. I wish I didn't put that, but this is an amazing shot. This was right near the lighthouse. So the first day we were there, we saw like some helicopters flying, doing some maneuvers. So checking out the portal. Let's see here. There's Steve Strom. We had one guy rent a boat, so people were seeing strange wave patterns that were like oscillations in the sky and waves in the sky. Let's see. And and it was like really foggy that morning of August 12th when the portal opened up. So that's like a 20-year cycle every 20 years. The last cycle, August 12th, 2003, the power went out all throughout New England. So we were kind of hoping something amazing, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
There we are near the tower. We did this ceremony where we're just meditating. Yeah, that's me in the middle of the circle there. Chastity.
Long Island Bigfoot. I see him right there.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah, and Brian.
Brian. Okay.
Yeah. That was a very healing process. Can you kind of tell my audience just a little overview about what the Montauk Project was and how the Super Soldier Program relates to that?
Certainly. So it's under Project Phoenix. So this program existed back in the this is after World War II, Project Paperclip. These Germans were conducting experiments in time travel and mind control because they found that the technology had a usage similar to that where they can blank slate your memories. When you're messing around with time, it messes around your mind's ability to decode memories. So back in this would have been the early 60s. Some politicians got wind of what was going on at Brookhaven Laboratories over Long Island, and they immediately shut the program down. So these German scientists wanted, I guess there was a certain group in the military, it was the Air Force, right? It was Camp Hero was an Air Force base. So that particular group, that facility was decommissioned in 1968. So once that was decommissioned, it was like, oh, this place opened up. So once they got a hold of the time travel aspect, they were able to create like a pocket reality. So the people, the children, and some of them are now adults, are still over there as part of the Montauk program, whether it's like so
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I guess I pretty much there's more to, but yeah, that's just okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's really cool that we were able to actually go there and kind of with all the experiencers, all the people that were, I mean, I want to say victims of the program, survivors of the program, I guess is a better term. It seemed to be more of a healing process for you guys that were there than I was expecting. Even like it was actually really cool to be able to be there with you during that.
Yeah. I'm feel very blessed to be able to have an opportunity to go because we were there for about a week. And I don't want to
we
tell
were.
you what those the Airbnb cost, but
It was in the Hamptons. It was
it
expensive.
was totally worth it. Totally
Yeah,
worth it. So,
totally worth that.
all right. Yeah. So that's our second get together. What direction you want to take this?
Okay. Well, okay. So part of what I did, we were on that trip up there with you guys at Montauk. It was I did some remote viewing for the group. Okay, I was remote viewing the portal opening on that special date that we were there, and so I'm I'm really into remote viewing. Not only Bigfoot, but that's what I do. And you gave me some targets the other day, and they were super duper interesting. You just revealed the actual targets to me. They were blind targets. You gave me some coordinates, and you revealed those to me right before the show started tonight. And I thought maybe we could talk about these targets on the show tonight.
Okay.
Because they deal with something that's super, super cool. Okay. And it involves time travel and things that are in movies. Okay. Things that we see in movies that is kind of presented to us as science fiction, but some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff is real, James, right?
Exactly. I was just watching this Monarch monster show tonight.
Mhm.
It was kind of so there's soft disclosure in there, but these monsters like Godzilla, that creature is real, it exists in the breakaway, and the director that was involved in producing that original content has an aspect in the breakaway, the Yozora no Kaishu, the Japanese breakaway. But the actual we went on the beach that last day we were there to tune into when the portal was opened on at Montauk, and basically we found that the people, the soldiers, sailors that were on board were dead, but their souls were near their body. So when you die, your soul kind of stays near your body for about 3 days before moving on, so you can say farewell to your loved ones. So because that was the 1940s. Now we're in the modern era. They were basically all the relatives were dead, so we were just kind of sending them farewell till they go to another 20 years from now. We have to go back up there. Yep.
Another portal opening in 20 years. Yeah. That's it's kind of sad to think about it, but when I remote viewed that, it didn't seem to, in my data, it seemed as though whatever I was remote viewing, it didn't seem like it was like a split second to them. It wasn't like 20 years where they were, because time is just an illusion, right?
Oh wow. Yeah.
So it was really odd how the remote viewing data came out, because it seemed as though it was not a 20-year span to those people that are experiencing it. It's a blink of an eye, basically. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's so weird how time goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Which leads us to that first target you gave me. Do you want to tell the audience what that target was?
Should I do the ones that you didn't do?
No, let's just do the two that I did do, because I don't know what those other two. I haven't done the other two yet.
Okay.
Let's save those for later.
Should we do? So this was the
time travel
mausoleum.
One. Yes, let's do that one.
So, we just had actually. I had the picture here. I thought I did. Okay, I'm gonna find it. So this I did. I interviewed Commander Anu. She came on again, and she was doing some research about this mausoleum in London, a cemetery in London, and this one. Hold on, let's see if I can pull this. Okay, I'm gonna present my screen. Hopefully it's gonna work. Okay, there we go. All right, can you add that, please?
Okay, sure can. Okay, let me take this down.
There we go.
Yes, here we go. Okay. Whoa, this is blowing my mind, y'all. Okay, you got to see the picture that I drew.
Okay, so supposedly there's like a dial pad on the top above the doorway, and as you walk around this mausoleum, there's like false doors, and this one, no one really has the key to open it up, but it seems like when the planet kind of lines up for something, the door will automatically open. And the lady that this tomb belonged to, let's see here. No, not her. Okay, here, this lady here, Hannah Peters Courtoy, born 1781. She died in 1849. So the theory is there was a connection with the secret societies coming out of Egypt, and supposedly they had access to time travel technology. So the remote viewing target, for more specifically, is just to see, you want to pull it up, that I wanted you to see if that mausoleum was indeed a time travel device. So what?
Okay. Oh my God, 100%. I wrote it in my data. 100%. Yes. Okay. Because okay. So to the audience, if you're not familiar with remote viewing, I do coordinate remote viewing most often. And so I'm given a set of numbers. Okay. Coordinates, they're blind. I have no idea what those numbers mean. And I have a process where I sit down, something I've been trained in for a long time. And I sit down and I draw out charts. Okay. This is my data. Okay. I only have 2 pages on this one. Okay. But I have like charts written out and stuff. Okay. And there's somewhere for everything, all of my sensory data to go. So like I sit down with a pen and a paper and a bunch of paper, and I write down those numbers, and there's stages that I go through, and all this information floods in, and I write it down. Okay. And so I told James how to give me numbers. Okay. I kind of taught him how to do it. I gave him the Cliff's Notes version. Okay. And you did a great job, James. You did a great job. And so I was given a set of eight numbers, and I'm going to go over the data for the audience tonight, and for you too, James, because you haven't even, I sent you the data, but I'll go over it with you. Okay. So
do you have a copy of the picture you could show?
No, I didn't even think to pull it up.
I'll pull it up for us.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. Yeah. If you got it on your screen, I did send it to you. So yeah, I'll send this. This is going to be awesome, y'all. Because I want you to, first of all, to see the picture that I drew. My stage 3 is a picture. I drew like a cube, like a building that looks just like that mausoleum. So I'm excited. And there's actually the word time travel written on the bottom of my page. Okay. And I was given a set of numbers, y'all. I had no idea what this target was until James told me just now. Okay. Just now. So this is why I love remote viewing so much. While he's pulling that up, I'll go over some of my sensory data with you guys. So I was getting bending, which I actually interpreted as bending time. Okay, so bending, hot, round, chaotic, busy, brisk, fast, confusing, something that was leaning, and something that was painful. Okay, that was my sensory data. Now for the analytic overlay, which is not really, it's just me interpreting stuff. And you really are supposed to throw a lot of this out, but a lot of the times my target is in my AOL. Okay, so I do this, I may do it a little different than a lot of people. Okay, but so I was writing down these words: mythological, bending time, fire, magnetic, vortex, psychomantium. Okay, now we just talked about psychomantiums on my channel this week with Dennis Carroll. We talked about magic mirrors. Okay, so I wrote down, I was hearing the word psychomantium, something about corset. Like I wrote down corset, like a corset like a woman wears, like back in the 1800s with whalebones and stuff. But then I thought I didn't know if it was corset or course set, like setting the course. So I wrote down both. I wrote down trampoline, trapeze. I don't know what that has anything to do with it, but sideways. And I was writing down a bunch of numbers. Course correct, microwave, mic test, and time travel. Okay. And then I wrote down, this is I don't know if you pulled it up, but I'll just show the audience. I wrote down this cube right here, which is really cool because actually the target looks like that. Okay. Now I had some more data, and I kept hearing "man in the box," and I think that's a Alice in Chains song, James. It's like, I'm the man in the box. Okay. So I was hearing that, and I heard "Won't You Come and Save Me?" It was like that whole song. And then I heard test tube, I was getting magic, magical overload.
Screen
Let me
share.
pull it up.
This is the box one. Is that what you want?
Let's see. It's pulling up. Here we go. Yeah, this is it. That's my data, y'all. That's it. I'm on page. I'm talking about page 2 right now, but yeah, that's my page 1 of my data right there.
Let's see your
Yeah.
page 2.
And there's time travel. The audience can see. I actually wrote down the word time travel down at the bottom.
Man in the box.
Yeah, this is my second page. This is just I only went to stage 4 on this target. I did kind of a quick target on this one.
This is a mausoleum. Magic.
Yes, this is what I call the touch and go type of remote viewing target. So yeah, trampoline. Somebody said trampoline time jumping. Yeah, totally.
So here. So you got logical bit in time.
Psychomantium. Yes. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Painful ending.
Painful ending. That's right. But yeah, I absolutely. There's a box. I wrote time travel. Okay, so I'm proud of myself. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, okay. That's my stages 1, 2, and 3 for remote viewing. For people who aren't familiar with coordinate remote viewing. Okay.
So this is the next one, I guess.
That's the second one that I did. Yes, this is the second target right here.
So that one, I wanted you to see, because we had some some discussion in my group about the whole Harry Potter stuff, whether it's real or even like magic schools, maybe not necessarily the Harry Potter, but this one I wanted to see if the Hogwarts, that one specifically. So let's see what you found here by Hogwarts.
Oh man, I may not be as on target with this one, y'all. Okay, this could be embarrassing a little bit. I don't know, but I was picking up on some interesting stuff. This is a blind target too. Okay, I kept seeing people that were. I saw a person that was tied up and bound. Okay, so this is bad. Actually, the picture looks like 2 hands that are like tied together. I know this is probably, we probably shouldn't show this on here, but it's okay. This was my second one, but I did write down the word hobgoblin. Okay, so there's a hobgoblin in the AOL data. Okay, and I was seeing reindeer and deers and things like that. Okay, so my
in the glow. Source 0 point, starting over collision, straight away,
straight and narrow. Yeah.
Molecular makeup, 0 dark 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hobgoblins, but I was getting like I kept seeing somebody that looked like they were being kidnapped. Gosh, I know that sounds terrible, but I did. I thought it was somebody that had been
one of these 20 and back where the child is pulled out of their families and then they're taken here to get training.
It could be because I was getting, okay, so if you go to page 2, if you go to the second page on that one, I picked up on, okay, so I saw a person, they were sitting, I was hearing leaking and dripping, okay, and I was feeling impatient, like I'm over it, I don't know, and I was seeing papers, I was seeing a person that was tied up and kidnapped and blindfolded, and I also picked up on a gravitational pull, and I was hearing leaked documents, a slow drip of classified documents. Okay, I did, and then I heard clairaudiently, this will be revealed. Okay, so whatever this target was, there's a slow drip of classified documents. Okay, but I was very clearly, I mean, that was the main part of what this target was. I was seeing someone that had been kidnapped and was tied up and bound. Okay, and as terrible as that sounds, that's what that target was to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess that confirms that this is real, right? If it wasn't real,
I wouldn't have gotten all this data. Yeah, I would
go to a black void.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked up on this data. Now, does it pertain to what you were expecting or what?
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll have to. I got the 2 other targets there. We'll have to follow up on that one too.
Okay.
So, but
okay, but see, okay, so you were talking about Hogwarts and Harry Potter. Okay, so movies like that, is that like a soft disclosure?
So what? So let's see. We have Adrian Espinoza. I did a session with him, and then we also have Christy Campbell. We looked into it as well. What it looks like is that all this stuff happened in like an alternate reality, and the J, was it J.K. Rowling's? She was the professor there, so she was just getting her memories back, and so we had some discussion whether or not maybe I played that aspect of that archetype of Harry Potter, and maybe you, Jessica, were probably one of the students there, and we found like Christy Campbell. She thinks she was one of the students in Ravenclaw. So that's why initially I just thought it was like a kids movie, but there does seem something to it. We found like Hagrid. He was about 12 foot tall. He's a Titan. So the movie's got that wrong. The wands, that's actually how I started looking into this. Is I had this memory of sticking my hand into a table and telekinetically pulling out a wand. I remember pulling something out. So that's where, through the session work, that's when so I see myself, the wand, it's wooden and it has these stones embedded into it, gemstones, and it has like a black leather strap at the handle. And then there was two other kids sitting next to me. We sort of ascertained that the other boy was Draco Malfoy, and then it was Tom Riddle. The three of us we did a ceremony at that school. So we maybe find out that the Tom Riddle, anyway, it's a long story. I don't want to go into, if you don't know the lore, I just want to explain. But Draco's wand had diamonds on it, and Tom Riddle had it looked like a gray crystal. So that's how they got their wands. They had to make it. They had to use telekinesis to phase matter into existence. They didn't. They could have there probably was a magical wand shop, but in this reality, magic really doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It kind of does, but it's not like it is over there. Where like through quantum theory, sometimes we can tune into these other realities, and that's why we get stories, say like Santa Claus. So in this reality, Santa Claus is the Krampus. But in that reality, that Santa Claus, he is a magical being, and all that reindeer and all that stuff. So you know.
Well, I wrote down reindeer. That's weird, right? I wrote down deer and reindeer on my data.
Was that with the Hogwarts?
Yeah, it was actually.
Because apparently Santa, that's what came up. The Santa.
Yeah, that's weird.
We like to visit Hogwarts often. So
really?
Yeah, he always loved Hogwarts. He would stop in the wintertime, apparently, and then
I literally wrote reindeer down. The audience just saw it. You can go back and rewind. Okay. And go look at the AOLs. Yeah.
And so like Harry Potter's middle name is James, and we were both born the same, about 3 months apart. So
what if you are Harry Potter? What if they base that off of?
Well, I'm a professional here, Jessica. So
okay.
Can you imagine what my colleagues would think of me if I?
Yes, I know.
So, as a professional, well, we're all just being speculative here about the magic school. So we even if we'll just put the Hogwarts stuff out besides us. There are magic schools in Atlantis. There are magic schools in astral dreamscapes. A lot of people, you may think you're sleeping at night, but you're actually going to astral schools, and you could be gone for 20 years, and you wake up in the morning and you are really exhausted. And unfortunately, because time passes differently in some of these pocket realities, the memories do not synchronize in the here and now, which seems kind of unfortunate. Why? It's like in the secret space program, they hijack us and hijack the reincarnation cycle essentially by just reusing us over. But that's beyond this conversation right now.
Well, how would we know, James? Because I know that I wake up a lot of mornings. I'm exhausted, and even when I get a good night's sleep, and I've flown all over the world. Okay, I feel like my body has flown. I've been working. I feel like I've worked my tail off all night doing stuff. So obviously I was in the astral doing stuff. But commercial break. Foxy Joe, thank you for that super sticker. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just say I was working my tail off in the astral all night. Okay, and I came back and I plopped back down into my 3D body. How do I know if I've gone I was gone for 20 years and then came right back.
Well,
I mean, because time is such an illusion, right?
you would be so tired, not just for that day, but for almost like 3 days after. It could be even last a little bit longer. That's especially like if you were just returned in another clone body. One time I had dinner, and I remember 2 hours later, I took a nap and I woke up and I was so hungry. I felt like I hadn't eaten in weeks. And I just raided the kitchen and just started eating. And that's also, when you have the fatigue. So yeah, I can only imagine. What happened. But speaking of that, one of these the targets, hope maybe we can look into it later. Somebody recently contacted me, and he said he had memories of me when I was a child, when I was about 11. And he said that they took me to a facility under Black Mountain, North Carolina, and also in Rosman, North Carolina, that's in Pisgah, where there's basically a NAZI facility. I don't know how I can say that word, but so I have no idea memories of this. So I did a meditation on it, and then I see myself in the school classroom. I'm sorry, cafeteria. Somebody, an adult, a male in a suit, approaches me. He's asking me for help. And I'm sitting there. So I just finished eating, and I said, okay, whatever, I help. And we go into like the supply closet, and then there's like another doorway in there. It seems like immediately I switched into altars, because then I got the impression that throughout my childhood, I was being indoctrinated into like altars, MK Ultra. I was being taken to this facility so everything was already programmed. I already switched. And I see myself like in a Quonset hut, and there's like a military facility where there's other kids. They took about 300 kids in this area, like Charlotte and Mooresville, North Carolina, back in the early 90s. And there was 299 children and one adult, and that was a Men in Black. So in my particular group, once we graduated, we were taken on a submarine in Lake Norman. There's actually a quarry there that's connected to these underground, I want to say tunnels, but they're like channels. When you look at the oceans, what you may see is just a surface approach to all that. Most of the water is deep in the earth. That ocean flows underneath the continents. You can take a submarine all the way from Laguna Beach, California, and take it all the way out to go out to the Atlantic. So so this submarine, so I see myself taken to in the submarine, and then when I'm in this Black Mountain facility, I see myself in an arena. They give us these NAZI uniforms, and there's basically like a ceremony where this lady, she pins like medals on us, and then the general, they call him the general, Henrik Himmler. So Himmler, he didn't commit suicide in the British prison. He settled in North Carolina. So basically, Project Paperclip, the Germans. I mean, there was the Antarctic, the New Schwablanders. So they would like to come to particularly Western North Carolina, because the climate was very similar to Germany and the Black Mountains. So but then we have the general. Himmler was control. That was the other aspect, giving orders to the American side, and then the other aspect was Gabriel Kruger. So Kruger was working with the Jack Parsons lab, and that's where we got those movies, the Freddy Krueger movies, where basically children were having their arms chopped off, and then they were being regrown and put back with their families, the memories wiped. But that's where, that was those Freddy Krueger movies were all soft disclosure. So.
Oh my God, that's terrifying, because he haunts the dream state. Okay, and he siphons all the energy out of people, out of their dream states, their astral bodies. So, wow, that is soft disclosure.
Yeah, so that's essentially what. So after that, so I see the general. He's like talking about how proud he is and how we're going to join this glorious new civilization, and then we're going to be sent off world. And each of us were assigned to different groups. I went to Mars, is what I saw myself. But after the ceremony, we go into this back room, and I see like a cake that has like the eagle on it, and some German words. I don't pronounce that. But anyway, so yeah, that's basically what happened. And there was another aspect I wanted you to remote view part of that, but we can follow up on that later.
We'll do that. We'll do that soon. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So wait. So Himmler is actually the head of Germany, right? Or the but it rhymes with what his real name was, or is this a real guy named Himmler? I'm confused.
Heinrich Himmler. Yeah. So he was the fourth.
Sorry, I don't know.
The fourth. Okay. Fourth Reich is basically the project.
I thought we were using code names. Sorry. No. Okay.
So let's see here. What's next? Where do you want to take this?
I don't know. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I have actually done some remote viewing and of deep underground military bases, just like, I don't know if it was Van in the audience, somebody in the audience was saying, or Val was mentioning that, yes, I have remote viewed a lot of underground bases by accident. Okay. I stumble across them when I'm looking for, I'm doing targets involving Bigfoot and Dogman and stuff. Now I have been taken by elders of the Cherokee tribe in Cherokee, North Carolina, and shown where there are entrances to military bases, or let's just say bases in the mountains and stuff. You can see them, some of the entrances. So I know that they're there. And that would be like around the Cashers area and, that part of North Carolina. So it could be close to Black Mountain, actually. Oh, so it's there.
So I have some pictures here I could show. I went up to Perry. You familiar? You know what I'm talking about, Perry?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the audience members may not know. So Perry is the Pisgah Astronomical Research Institute. So let me see here. Let me pull this here. This was a while ago. So yeah, but oh gosh, what? Oh, here it is. Okay, let me click on this. Try this one. All right. Go ahead and put that up. So this is in Rosman, North Carolina. So it's one of these tracking stations for NASA. So you never get a straight answer there. So. Oh,
right. Never get a straight answer at NASA.
Right. So this was early January, many years ago. I don't want to say year, but yeah. So you got some tracking, satellite tracking going on here. And you could just walk. I mean, this was, before all the cocoa stuff, but you can walk around here. You can see the lake. So supposedly there's an underground facility below this connected to the German facilities. So.
Oh my gosh. There's so much hidden from us, James. So much that I'm not going to say we're lied to all the time, but I mean, speaking of NASA,
right.
So much underground base activity, facilities, military labs.
So this was kind of suspicious, but and here you go. It goes down deeper. There's signs, keep out. So, top secret. Maybe have you remote view that, Jessica. What's down there?
I'll go look. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I won't. I don't. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about this. Yeah.
Well, this is open to the I mean, it was back then. I don't know if it still is, but you can walk around and check all that out. Yeah. So there you go. The mountains of North Carolina. So there you go.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because there's a lot of cryptid activity up there in that area. Okay. And also, if it's near Brown Mountain, you said Black Mountain. Okay. We've also got a Brown.
Yeah.
Is it Brown Mountain or Black Mountain?
The German facility. Yeah, that's Black Mountain where the Germans were settling. But the Brown Mountain lights, I actually have a picture I could show you. I took a really good picture. So this one, just keep talking while
okay. Yeah. Okay. So I was actually, I've remote viewed the Brown Mountain lights too. Okay. And that's a big thing up in North Carolina. There's these anomalous lights that are, that cover this mountain. They've been there for 100 years at least. And I was actually, when I remote viewed this, I was picking up on like Tesla energy, like Tesla electricity and stuff, free energy and something that was, inside that mountain, and whatever those lights were It was being harnessed by the energy inside from something going on inside that mountain. That was what my data suggested. Now, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's what my data said. But there's these really anomalous lights and a lot of UFO activity over that area. There's a lot of UFO activity in that in all of North Carolina. Okay, all over those mountains. So I wonder how far Black Mountain is from Brown Mountain. If anybody knows, y'all put it in the chat. I'd love to see.
Geez, probably about maybe hour, 20 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
Because you have to go through these country roads up to what is this? Past Spruce Pine up to Linville Falls, a little tiny town of Linville Falls. Then you go out, drive out to Wiseman's View, and that's a 30-minute drive on this dirt gravel road. That's pretty scary to be on.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this one's taking me a little longer to find. Let me just. It's got to be coming up soon. Oh, here, maybe this one.
Yes,
Okay,
be psycho. I totally know it is super dangerous. That's why I only take targets from people that I trust. So I have guidelines and stuff when it comes to these remote viewing targets because I don't want to get in any kind of trouble and I don't want to get caught up in any kind of thing. So
okay, I found it.
Okay, all right, James. Thank you for your concern. I appreciate that. That means you guys love me. I know. You just want the best for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
I'm waiting.
My camera has I have a lens that can take photos in very low light situations. So when you look at this, it looks kind of like daytime, but it's actually all moonlight.
Oh, wow.
So what I did is, if you go down, if you standing up there in Wiseman's View, you could see these. They look like orbs. You see that one right there? It's in the tree, actually the top of the tree. If you use binoculars, you would see these orbs moving around. They would. One time I saw maybe 8 of them moving around in a circle at the bottom of the gorge. They were actually spiraling around each other. So we're thinking that these are probably ships connected to maybe some ET that live down there. Let's see if I have some more pictures I could show you.
Very cool. Those are great pictures. You can see the lights over there on the left.
Yeah, that's Table Rock. Let's see if I can. That looks like a craft. You see right here? 1, 2, right over here on the left.
Yes. Well, and in the middle of the craft. Oh, okay.
Now, I mean, maybe it's an airplane, but I don't really see the wings, and so it's anyway. All right, so let's see here. I know I got some. See there, the lights sometimes show up at the top of Table Rock up here.
Oh.
We're pretty sure, like, this is like late at night, so there's not really camping up here. So it's not really a flashlight or a lantern.
Yeah. Yeah, we see a lot of orbs out in the field, and sometimes your rational brain wants to think, well, that's just somebody carrying a lantern, or it's a car, or it's some kind of, you got to like figure out what it could be. And then when you run out of options, it's like, okay, maybe it's orbs or some sort of UFO. But yeah, the Brown Mountain lights are really cool. Really interesting.
So maybe in the summertime, we can do a little expedition. We get a small group of people, listeners together, those who interested, but.
Oh yeah. I'm always down for a good trip. Absolutely. Yeah. And, yeah, we'll have to get back up there. I need to. Well, you live in North Carolina, right? So you're up in the area, and yeah, we got some more Bigfooting to do actually. So along with the Bigfooting comes orbs, okay, and comes UFOs, and it's all connected in some weird, crazy way. Now, when you were in the secret space program, I guess you're still kind of in it in a way. Have you ever experienced any cryptids along the way? Any kind of other than our Bigfooting expeditions? Have you experienced any other kind of chimeras or anything weird like that?
Yeah. So I came here a list. First of all, before I forget, so I went up to Morganton, North Carolina, and there was a small city park where connected to the Sasquatch thing. We were seeing these tripods, and the Sasquatch it's a communication with other Sasquatch, the direction where the portals are, because they would be phasing in and out from inner Earth is where they live.
Mhm.
So this particular area was just basically like a park to them. They would come out and visit, and like humans do. And so we were out there calling on them, and they were, and so I wasn't hearing anything or seeing anything. So I had my friend kind of go into like a meditation. We looked into it, and basically what happened is not only did the local Bigfoot show up, like all the tribe elders from all over the planet showed up because they were like kind of in shock. Like, why is any humans out here calling on us? So we asked them if we could just learn from their culture, and they said that the last time they tried to be friends with humans, it didn't turn out so well. So this elder was talking to us. His name is Tubo, and he says he's about 640 years old. So us humans, we last about 80, maybe we're lucky to get up to 100 years. So to them, it just seems like a waste of time to even have a relationship because we come and go so quick, which I guess you can see it from their perspective. And then you also look at what happened with the colonization here in the United States with the Native Americans, and even their own people were being hunted by the U.S. cavalry and later, the secret space program groups. So they're not really interested in being friends with us. And I was like, well, maybe we're different. And they're like, so the other like Sasquatch are kind of like upset. They didn't even want to be there. They just like, why are you? But yeah. So that was basically the thing. Oh, so essentially, Sasquatch, they can teleport anywhere around the world. So it's not just if you're seeing them there, it's not like they're just kind of hanging out in the woods in that spot. They're going inner Earth. They have a very technologically advanced civilization in inner Earth. They live. So anyway.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, actually, when we were up in Montauk, you were telling us about, oh gosh, what was the guy's name again? What was the Bigfoot's name? I forgot what you just
Was it
said.
Tubo?
Tubo. That's right.
Okay,
Tubo. Yeah. I was introduced to Tubo up there. So they're actually they're not just a 3D level though. These are ancient beings. They can they're here on a 5D and above level, right?
So I think was her name Mary? What was her name? Mary. She was that psychic that she communicated with the Sasquatch over there in Grafton, Illinois.
Uh-huh.
Said that was, I think they're called the Kundo tribe.
The Kundo, I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what the name of the elder there was, but Tubo told me, the one here in North Carolina told me they don't like those Sasquatch, that they're kind of ghetto. It's, imagine walking into kind of like a really poor side of town and you're a stranger and you're asking, hello, is anyone there? And people are throwing rocks at you. That's what they said. Sasquatch, they're not really very nice, but and they don't want to even talk to them. It was kind of funny just how the different tribes don't even get along with each other.
Well, neither do humans, so I totally get that, and I don't blame the Sasquatch one bit. And yeah, I would kind of want to stay hidden from humans as well if I were them. But I don't know. I'm out there chasing them. Okay, I'm out there looking for them and trying to communicate myself. So yeah.
Well, so there is a facility in Antarctica, and I believe it's actually in a pocket reality. It's called hold on, I'm gonna get this right. Black Shield. Yeah. So Black Shield is basically a planetary corporation that originated out of Tartaria. So because they're
that topic.
Because they're in their own pocket reality, they have very advanced technology. It looks very steampunk, sort of like you see was the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, where you have a very advanced steampunk civilization, submarine that technology that shouldn't have existed back then, but this is all connected to that particular planetary corporation. So what they were actually doing is creating these chimeras called Lichtsoldaten. So which is a German, stands for, translates to light soldier. But it's funny. Light soldier is actually a whole nother terminology to a type of super soldier. But these Lichtsoldaten were one of the things that they were doing in these black programs is collecting DNA from mummies and samples from giants, and they were cloning it out and or genetically experimenting with it, creating hybrids and crossbreeds. And they were finding that these people were like superhumans, like Joey, that was Dr. Michael Wolf. Did you know who I'm talking about? Dr. Michael Wolf, the Catchers of Heaven. Yeah.
No, I'm not familiar.
So Dr. Michael Wolf worked at Area 51, and they were actually doing just that, using DNA from these mummies to create like basically like the perfect super soldier with these superhuman abilities. And basically what they found is that this type of angelic type of DNA, the people that have that are very compassionate, loving, and caring, and they're basically horrible for using in for a military capacity, because they would try to torture him and he would just cry and he couldn't.
Oh.
So what happened is Joey, he called him, that's the code name for the project, but he had the ability to portal out. So the whole lab burned down, and so he's probably out there somewhere. Dr. Michael Wolf is no longer with us, but I did a video with David Lotherington where he channeled Dr. Michael Wolf for me. I have a show about that. And basically I asked him, what do you know? Do you have any idea what happened, how the lab burned down? And he wouldn't confirm or deny anything. So it's all good. So
wow, that's awesome.
He said that Joey is probably is going to be staying far away from any of this stuff. So most likely he probably won't ever hear any of this as talking. But
wow, this is fascinating, James. We have absolutely come to the end of the hour, and this went by so fast. I'm like, we could talk all night, but
Ringo
unfortunately,
and Dingo. Oh man, Ringo and Dingo. That I shapeshifted into like a cat lion being. This was somewhere, I think it was in Cambodia. Basically, I was a kid. It looks like we were living in Area 51 where they were taking care of us, and they put us on a helicopter, me and this other kid, and he shifted into a dog creature, and we were out there to attack some alien that was not supposed to be on this planet. So anyway.
Oh my gosh, we got to talk more about this.
Yeah, we can talk.
We have to talk more about this. Will you please come back and hang out with us again on Space Radio, James? Please. Okay.
We'll follow up
talk about chimeras. Okay, next
targets.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to do those next two RV targets, and we'll talk about chimeras next time. Okay.
Absolutely.
I would love that. Oh my gosh, thank you, James. It has been such a pleasure. Can you tell everybody where to find you and about your book?
Go to neologicaltech.com, get a copy of my book. It's like 400 pages now, so I go in all the different planetary corporations. I don't have the Ringo and Dingo in here. I need to put that on my website, but you can also go to supersoldiertalk.com, and that'll link you all over to the book, and get yourself a meditation cube to help you relax. So thank you to my Rumble channel where you can watch this content.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Please go to Rumble, you guys. And Cryptid Huntress has a channel over there too, y'all. So yeah, Rumble's the place to be. And also on YouTube. So James, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This has been fantastic. I am so happy that you gave me those remote viewing targets too. Thank you for doing that. It's been a pleasure. Okay. Awesome, James. Well, listen, have a good night. Come back and see me soon. Okay. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
All right. Thanks, James.
Bye.
All right. Okay, y'all. That was amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I will be back next week with Bear County Bigfoot, actually, out of Texas. We're going to be talking about Bigfoot and Dogman here on Spaced Out Radio Saturday, or actually it's Sunday night. I don't know if I have a guest Saturday yet. Okay, I think that's Sunday night. But yeah, that was a fantastic show. You guys, please go subscribe to Super Soldier Dog over on Rumble and on YouTube. Okay, and go support James, buy his book, and show them some love. Okay, you guys. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. You guys go hang out at After Hours right now. They're going live as we speak right now. Okay, you guys. Well, I hope you have a great week. Y'all come see me over on my channel, The Cryptid Huntress, over on YouTube. I'll be there Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, y'all. Have a great week. Stay safe out there. Lock your doors. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.